Breaking news. Petrol hit 2,000 Naira per litre as Z00 enters its final stage of breakup. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 28th of April 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, I will not waste your time. Let me go straight and read the news in details. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from one of the Z00 media outlets, Sahara Reporters. And according to their own title, they said, fuel scarcity bites hard across northern states as petrol vendors sell 2,000 Naira per litre. You know, the worst part of it all is not just because fuel is being sold at 2,000 Naira, because I saw one animal, you know, sometime in the past, couple of weeks ago, saying that if petrol is sold by 1,000 Naira, that is still very much okay, because in the UK, that 1,000 Naira is not even up to £1. And petrol is sold more than £1, talking, you know, nonsense. He forgot that it is very much easy to make £1 in UK, but it's not easy to make 1,000 Naira in the zoo. Because before you count 1,000 Naira, you have to start counting from 1 Naira, even though there is no 1 Naira in anywhere in Nigeria, even though the coin is no longer in existence. But at least you have to count from 1 Naira before you reach 1,000 Naira. You have to pass through 5 Naira, 10 Naira, 20 Naira, 50 Naira, 100 Naira before you get to 1,000 Naira. But this one, you count, making £1 is just easy in UK. I believe so, even though I'm not there. So now, because I don't want to make much analysis on this, let me read in details. They said, residents of Sokoto and adjoining states have been thrown into lamentation and hardship due to the fuel scarcity being experienced in all parts of the region. The more you do Biafrans, the more you do yourself, because the Biafra people are such blessed people. They are highly blessed. So there is no amount of evil that you will commit against them that will work. Rather, God in heaven, Elohim, will be turning it upside down and use it against you and your own people. Fuel marketers in the northern region, especially Sokoto State, particularly black marketers, are now selling petrol at 2,000 Naira per litre as scarcity of the product bites harder nationwide. Residents of Sokoto and adjoining states have been thrown into lamentation and hardship due to the fuel scarcity being experienced in all parts of the region. Wow. The unbearable scarcity of fuel in the state is said to have made businesses and other activities very difficult. Channels Television reports that commuters in the state said most filling stations are locked under the guise that there is no fuel, while black marketers are selling a litre of petrol between 2,000 Naira and 2,500 across the state capital. Wow! All set to go. Again, they even sold it at or should I say, they are even selling it, because I'm reading a current news, not old news. They are even selling it at 2,500. I was thinking it's only, I'm going to change the title to 2,500, not only 2,000. Wow. They said some of the residents call on the government to intervene to bring the situation under control so as not to deteriorate, as they lamented that the situation has started affecting business activities and making life difficult for the people. I never see anything. The earlier you rise up, the better for all of you. They also said that the black market price of 2,500 naira per litre is becoming scarce and that this is bringing business and other activities to a standstill in the state capital. However, the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) blamed the fuel scarcity and queues that had resurfaced in Lagos, Abuja, and other states on logistics issues, but said that the issues had been resolved. That is the government statement. The NNPCL, in a statement, said the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL Limited) wishes to clarify that the tightness in the supply of premium motor spirit currently being experienced in some areas across the country is as a result of logistics issues and that they have been resolved. Okay, now. It also wishes to reiterate that the prices of petroleum products are not changing, while calling on Nigerians to avoid panic buying as there is a sufficiency of products in the country. Now, you see, this is how the zoo government make their statements on a regular basis. I am reading the current news, like as I said from beginning, and here they are making promises or assuring the zoo, should I say the zoo youth or zoo citizens not to panic. They are assuring you not to panic, and at the same time, there is no fuel. Listen, they say that you shouldn't panic because they have resolved the issue of logistics. That's what they said. When they talk about logistics, of course, they're talking about the distribution, the lorry, the tankers and all that, the logistics now, and they say it has been resolved. And remember that this is not just a company. When they shamelessly talk about logistics, it is not a company. If you are talking about a company, if this NNPCL or whatever they call them is just a company, just an individual company or individually owned company, that would have been a different matter. When they talk about logistics issues, it would have been understandable. But we are talking about a company run by the federal government of the zoo, a government-owned and run company, telling you about logistics. That is a big shame. That's a slap to the so-called government. If it's a working government in a working country, such a thing can never happen. It can't even be logistics matters. They would have prevented it before it occurred. Yes. So now, they are telling you it has been resolved when I'm giving you the news published by a zoo media. A zoo media. This is not a Biafran media. So now, the same media run by a one Nigerianist is telling you the current situation in the zoo. Why the government, or should I say the government-owned company that is in charge of the Petrol is here telling you that it has been resolved. In the same news, nobody say they tell you say it has been resolved today, why the news is for yesterday. No, it is in the same news. When people are buying petrol for 2,500 naira per litre, the zoo government is telling you that it has been resolved. Mad people everywhere. I laugh at the zoo. I laugh at the zoo. You know, the reason why I always laugh at the zoo when I'm, recording or broadcasting is because I see Biafra. I see Biafra. That's why I laugh at the zoo. I laugh at the zoo because I see Biafra. And not just that I see Biafra, I also see the total disintegration of the damnable Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Because I've read history. I have gone through the stories of other countries that I've never worked before, and I've seen how they finally came to an end. And I did not see any difference from what happened to those countries to what is happening to the zoo today. I didn't see any difference. It's the same thing. Okay, look at your screen. The picture you are seeing right now is taken from the scene of event. When it's like, of course, it has happened like this before. I have seen such a thing before, but not at 2,500 naira. I've seen fuel scarcity several times in the zoo. I've seen people queue like this. This is not the first time, but it has never been sold at 2,500 naira. And not just that, the money is nowhere to be found. Where do you see money? Kedebi Furego. Where do you see money in the zoo? That is the issue. Because I remember even during the time of Jonathan Goodluck, they also used fuel scarcity to, try to destroy his government. I know, I saw with my own eyes. Nobody told me. I saw it. It was even worse than the picture you are seeing on your screen right now. But at least, how much was fuel then? How much was fuel then? 17 naira. 17 naira. 150, isn't it? And people were shouting. 150 naira, people were shouting. People were saying never. 70 naira, 150, 90. People were saying never. Bring Jonathan, let us finish him up. But today, we are talking about buying fuel at 2,500 naira. Do you know what that means? Just 1 liter. And people are comfortable. Of course, when I say people are comfortable, I'm talking about the criminals. Because these people you see here on your screen, these people, very soon they are going to revolt. Very, very soon they are going to revolt. And remember that the war of Biafra is ongoing and the zoo cannot afford it. The zoo can never afford second Biafra war within the Zoological Republic. So let me give them a word of advice before the end of this broadcast that I'm making right now. If you want to move forward, if you don't want this tsunami to happen, let the Biafrans go. Go and read the history of Pharaoh and Egyptians if you don't want it to repeat itself again. Thank you, my people. To Salo Numozia and make it go viral.